All right, we continue to bring you more inspiring stories and companies within the sustainability space on Sustainability Connect. I'm holding it down for Wanjira Maganja today, and we are with the Dr. Makove. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm so glad to have pinned you down.
Yeah.
Yes. It's you are quite vocal on social media about various things, but it's exciting to see you in the sustainability space.
Yes.
What is driving you towards this space being these forums?
So, thank you so much, first of all, for the impromptu interview. But I'm glad to always have the platform to share about what I do. I'm here for two reasons. One is wearing the hat of a traveler and the founder of Wanderlust Diaries, which is a travel platform. It's like an Uber of sorts that brings together travelers and trade partners. And we champion for sustainable travel and tourism within Africa and beyond. That's our mission. So within this space, there's a lot of lingo that's being thrown here and there.
Yeah.
And most of the time, even the common mananchi or the traveler is not aware of.
Yep.
So I'm glad that even in this session, I've got to know about a campaign about clear plastic. So this is something that is very, very important for us in the travel space. We are consumers of a lot of packaged stuff. We're consumers of, we carry our own things, we go to hotels. And so if we do not include the consumers in this campaign or the conversations, then we'll keep on getting, because the consumers drive the demand.
Yep.
So we are hoping that we'll launch onto the campaign so that we are able to break down these concepts as to why you should use, let's say, why there's a ban on single-use plastics, let's say in our parks, why you should go green in terms of your travel, what choices, do you have a choice to fly or to drive? So all these things that will be broken down into just simple language that the consumer would understand. That's the first one. Then on the second one, I'm bringing on board a toy and learning aid line.
Oh, wow.
That's under the care economy. And these are toys that are being produced here in Kenya by local artisans using upcycled material, whether it is wood, whether it's fabric, whether it is crochet. We've been having artisans doing this, but at very small scale.
Yeah.
So I want to take it to the next level, a level that will produce products worthy to be exported even. And many of this is to drive the care economy, which is around early childhood development. We are seeing our children are being raised by gadgets.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, we are missing out on things that we had when we were growing up that help us think differently, that use our fingers, that make us dirty, that make us creative. So this space for me is learning again on the, especially for the textile upcycling. And so I've had a very fantastic session with very, very renowned people in that space and getting to just understand, okay, what's the lingo, where is it going? And I've also had the opportunity to talk about what I do. So the networking here has been incredible, and it's really a great opportunity to be here. I actually had 2 events to attend today.
Oh, wow.
And I had to really get one event because I said, look, I need to start understanding and to start being in these spaces. So I'm very, very happy I came here.
Right.
Yeah.
You carry quite a big responsibility on your shoulders, first of all, because of your influence.
Yes.
I am always curious, how do we make ecotourism fun? Because compared to all the other hotels, ecotourism and eco hotels are quite impressive to be in, but probably are not as active as others. How do we make it something that we should now adopt when we're traveling?
I think the first thing is to understand our markets, that we are very price conscious as local travelers. And so most people the first thing they'll be, how much is it? And we know that ecotourism, going green is expensive for many of the facilities. And thus you'd find very boutique facilities, they've gone green, but then the price range is a bit on the higher side. But it is possible to go green or rather to go sustainable way, starting small scale. What we are doing actually as Wanderlust, because we are almost the voice of the travelers, we're saying instead of just going to a facility, take a photo by the poolside and post it on Wanderlust and describe how your event was or how your stay was. We're saying, can you just check for us a tiny little bit of, like, for example, in the bathroom, did they give you an option or not to wash your towel every day or to change your bedding every day? Or do they tell you that they have a project with the community that you could contribute to? So breaking down sustainable travel into bite-sized pieces and also letting them know that, the awareness of maybe they've been seeing those things and maybe they want, instead of the smaller pieces of shampoo, because you can carry it home.
Yes.
They're like, why do I have to squeeze this thing that's stuck on a wall? That's refillable.
Yeah.
So just breaking it down, because I think when we start with information, and then that information starts being a lifestyle. And then from that lifestyle, we start creating demand from the travelers. We remove the aspect of cost. Yeah. But also just encouraging them that, yes, these changes take time and not all facilities would maybe go to this level, but you can also contribute towards it.
Right.
For example, carrying, like in this conference, we were made to carry our reusable plastic containers. And I said, I've never heard of a conference where they told me, you know what, there wouldn't be cups or bottles of plastic, carry your own recyclable. So small things that may look like minute, but they contribute in a way. And soon you get to a wave of people, owning to the sustainable travel conversation. Yeah.
Right. How do you plan as Wanderlust to effectively have this messaging out? Because you have been seen at the forums, you're attending.
Yeah.
How do you effectively plan to have it out?
So I lead by example. So when I go somewhere, like recently I was in a place in Naivasha, and I did a tour. I took because we're encouraging people, just use your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to have the exotic cameras and whatnot. And you don't have to show yourself. I don't mind showing myself. But for those who don't, you don't have to give us pictures of yourself. But take pictures, take videos. So I do that. And I tell people, look, one of the things that I love about this place, and I'll pick something. For example, that place had those automatic lights. What are they called? Sensor.
Yes.
They have the lights with sensors. And you take it for granted.
Yeah.
But that fixing lights with sensors is saving energy.
Right.
Or they had those refillable shampoo bottles and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I lead by example. But the second thing that we do as Wanderlust, we partner with the experts, because we are not the experts. I'm a medical doctor
who
doesn't practice, caveat. Yeah. But I will look for the experts in tourism.
Right.
Like now we've partnered with Ecotourism Kenya, whom we are members, to give us, what is the lingo? How is it broken down? What are the conversations? Because this lingo changes a lot and very fast. So we want to go with credible experts. We also use, within our group, we have travelers who are bloggers and influencers in their own right. So we once in a while reach out to them and say, you know what, share your experience about when you went on an SGR. What was it about the SGR that made it different? So people find it relatable when they see someone else doing it and enjoying doing it. And sometimes when they're sharing, they don't even know that they're sharing issues to do it sustainable travel. When someone says, I went somewhere and there was no ramp for, disability, or I went somewhere and this happened, then you tell them, you know what, actually, these facilities, if they're signing up to certain conventions, they should be having certain things in place. So that kind of just opens their eyes. The needle moves. It moves very little, but it moves.
Right.
And that's the whole point of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the future of Wanderlust Diaries?
Oh, do you have a whole day? Okay. So Wanderlust Diaries, I'd like to see it as a go-to platform. At the click of a button, you get all the information. Because I've been traveling for quite a while and documenting my travel. And when I need information, I have to ask on my timeline. And not everyone has the following that I do, or the kind of people who would share knowledge, really. Yeah. So packaging that information, but from a traveler's point of view, because that is more real than if the trade partner comes and says, look, I have this, here's a flyer, come pay this and we'll go. So at the touch of a button, I would like it to be a platform where if you'd say, oh, which are the conventions or events that are hosting sustainable travel and tourism, this would have been mapped there already. Right. That's what I'm looking for. The second thing is, as many people as possible embracing travel. And travel is not about a passport and being on an aircraft. Yeah. It's about moving from one point to another. Whether it is to your garden, you've changed the environment. You've gone to experience the flora or fauna, or whatever is out in your garden. So demystifying that travel is expensive, demystifying that travel is rigorous. And I think every time I hear someone sharing and saying, look, thank you guys. I saw someone going out to their children on a matatu and they went to this park, or I saw someone posting or sharing about their parents doing this and that, and they did the same to my parents. For me, that's the change that I want to see. Right. That there may more people embracing travel, and with travel, they embrace what sustainable travel and tourism is all about. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Yeah. I'm an ardent follower of Wanderlust Diaries. I'm always just over there. Bucket list.
Yeah. And I hope you're doing it. At least one in every 6 months.
1 in 2 years.
2 years. Okay, good.
Itchy closer. Yeah. Of course, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank
it's
you.
Amazing to see you in these spaces, meaning that you are not only doing the Lord's work, you're taking this seriously.
Yes.
So we look forward to what you'll be doing in future and following your stories even more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Okay. Guys, we've been with Dr. Makove. Well, keep it right here as we continue to bring you more inspiring stories and, of course, companies that are within the sustainability space on Sustainability Connects.